at you two beauties.
Thank you for having us.
Don't mind the sun. I hope it's not too bright.
I think the setting is much better than mine. So, it's like all in the nature and is there water? Is that a lake?
It's a pool.
It's a pool.
Oh, a lake.
But
So girls, obviously, like, we connected and you sent me your photographs and I was like, well, who do we have here, these little beauties? So
thank you. That is why it's good to have a best friend who is a professional photographer.
I know, I really want one. I want a glam squad as well. Have you heard about these glam squads?
I've heard of them. We don't have one.
I don't have one either, as you can see, but I would love one. So girls, first of all, thank you so much for your time. I think that's number one. Number two, for, you know, is there vodka in that?
I wish. No, later. Water and lemon.
And for coming onto Self-Made Girl Boss and about to share your stories and how you girls have collaborated. And I think it's really incredible to have you two on, because it really shows A, girl power, B, friendship and love, support, you know, protection. And that's everything that we stand for here at Self-Made Girl Boss, right? So you girls are killing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop speaking. I'm going to pass you two invisible microphones and you can decide who's speaking first. Introduce yourself and tell us where you are and what you do.
Hi everyone, I'm Katarina and I'm the owner of On Fleek Creative. It's a social media branding agency that I actually founded in April. So due to COVID, I was laid off of my job. So I started posting TikTok videos showing how I have tips and tricks to elevate your social media presence and make your TikToks, Instagram stories elevated. And I found a lot of success on there. All of my followers, I'm at 370,000 right now. So I started doing that and I got a lot of requests from brands worldwide saying, hey, can you run my social media account for me? Can you teach me your tips and tricks? So this has always been a passion of mine. So I decided within a week, like, I need to make my own business. And I've been inspired by Cassandra, my lifelong friend, who is a business owner, to do it. So she helped me within a week and I was set up. Yeah. So
I was like so proud of her. So I've been, so I'm Cassandra and I'm a lead photographer and owner of Rose Gold Productions. So we do mostly fine art weddings, but we also do branding for small businesses. So I started my Rose Gold Productions company 4.5 years ago. And just the past 2 years, it's been growing like immensely. So I just graduated from school this year, so it's been picking up a lot recently. And then she told me, she's like, hey, like, I want to make a business. And I'm like, let's get it.
Number one most supportive friend.
Yeah, I was like, that's amazing. Because, I mean, we've always worked together. Like, she would do my Instagram just because she, like, loved it. And she was talented at it. So I was like, yeah, I'm not great, so you can do it. So, yeah. And then
so you girls you've been friends for how many years?
8
maybe?
8 years, yeah. Like, best friends. And we live down the street, so we're almost like sisters, yeah.
I love that. And I just love the way that you girls are so entrepreneurial and like business savvy, and like you're finding ways on, you know, how to grow and also have that kind of quality of life, which we all strive for, right? Because, you know, I always say, you know, life is short and you want to be able to enjoy it as much as you can. And of course, how to enjoy it is via freedom, and money buys freedom. Yeah. So how impressive. So let me start off with Katarina.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So hold on a second. You have 370,000 followers on your TikTok.
Correct.
How?
So I started posting videos just for fun when I came home from vacation on, hey guys, this is how I edited this Instagram story. Because a lot of my friends were asking me like, hey, how did you do that? So instead of showing them individually, I just said, you know what, I'll make a TikTok and then you can just all watch it there. And that first video got almost 1 million views overnight. So I knew I was onto something.
What was the video?
It was a video of me showing people how I edited an Instagram story of an airplane. And I kind of did like a hack of how you can erase certain parts of the video so that it looks really creative.
My dog's crying. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I've locked mine out. I've got 2, and they just start. Nah, nah, nah. Yeah.
So then I just kept posting, and I realized, you know, there's no one on TikTok right now showing tips and tricks to how to elevate your business and how to get a lot of engagement on your Instagram stories and on your Instagram as well. So I just kept at it, and it was really fun for me.
Yeah.
While I was working my full-time job, I was doing that, and I gained a lot of followers very quickly. And then I knew like this is a time I need to shift it to business opportunity, and people were requesting me to do their Instagrams for them, and it kind of was like people want me to work for them, so I gotta start it up.
Well, of course, because you've been able to, for TikTok, got 370,000 followers. So obviously you're doing something right? So what's the plan then to move those followers over to Instagram? Or is it true that they say that if you have a big following on one social media platform that it's difficult to duplicate it, or can you bring those on?
I think I just am enjoying building a community, because I know that TikTok is completely different from Instagram in the way that I post my content, and it's really short snippet videos, and people like that. And I have that strong community. I don't want to just tell them like, hey, I'm switching over to Instagram, like, you know. So I really value the community and the followers I have there. So I made an Instagram account for my business, and that has been doing well. It's brand new. So but I've been getting requests to do YouTube videos for more like in-depth videos, so that's not just quick 15 seconds. So after the launch of our ebook that we've been working on, I will slowly start posting more on YouTube.
Do you know what I think? One point that you have made very naturally with what you have achieved so far is that whatever we do in life when it comes to business, and even in friendships and relationships, is one key formula, and that is to give value. When you give value to others, others will want to hear you out. And I think one of the reasons why you were so successful in TikTok is because you took your time, right, to give to others what you had learned. And I always say one of the biggest keys to success is giving. You see, if you give, life gives you more. It just, I always say, don't ask me how it works. It's just magic. It's just the way that it goes. So Cassandra, but you are an incredible photographer in your own right. You take, I mean, the photographs that you girls sent over to me, they were just like amazing. Like, so do you also, as well as taking the photos, do you also edit and touch up and everything?
Yeah, so I'm a one-man show, so I do everything from my business inquiries to bringing my leads into consultations to doing my engagement shoot. That's loud. That is allowed. To doing my engagement sessions to shooting the wedding day, and I do the post-processing. So I do the entire process. Yeah, that's
amazing. So before you girls obviously collaborated together with your photography, who were your clients? Where were you getting, you know, your projects?
Yeah, so I started wedding photography. So before I did wedding, I did portraits with models. So I enjoyed that for a bit, but I really love. So I started shooting weddings just for fun as a second shooter with a company I was mentored. They were my mentors, so I was working under them. And then I realized, I'm like, it is amazing to work with people on their like happiest day of their life. So, and it makes me happy and they're happy. So I started Rose Gold. And then I get my clients really from word of mouth now. That's my main source of clients. And then obviously marketing with the help of Kat. But Yeah, so pretty much word of mouth. When people get good service, they would be like they're so happy to recommend, right?
But there again, you've just said it yourself, you know, you are giving value. So you are capturing some of the most beautiful moments that people will ever experience.
Yeah.
And you are literally capturing that with your camera and then saying to them, here you go.
Yeah.
Like, this is now yours, and you can look back at that at any stage of your life and just remember those memories, because I guess our life is built up of memories, right? Because the seconds are constantly going. Like, this conversation will just zoom by and it's done.
Yeah.
So the fact that you do that is beautiful, and the fact that they find it beautiful, of course they're going to tell their friends and family, you know, about your services, because you are adding value as well. So the fact that we have two incredible young ladies in front of me, which, by the way, anyone that's watching, you girls are based in Canada, right?
Yep, Toronto.
I'm in London. I love this.
I love
Me
London.
too.
I was just there in August.
Oh, it's just so, like, I love the way that you girls are in Canada, I'm in London, you know, but it feels like we're in the same place. It's fantastic. But so what's great is that you've got, you know, Katarina, that is like, you know, she understands about like the media world and how to give, you know, to your social buddies out there, and how to create social buddies through giving, you know, valid and productive content. And then you've got you that captures, you know, these beautiful memories and create it into content that people can cherish forever. And now you both have collaborated.
Yeah.
So two beautiful girls that do two beautiful different things of giving value, and you have created, what's the name of the company?
So we created an ebook. So it's called Powerful Presence.
Right, talk to me about the ebook.
Yeah, so the whole goal is to teach people how to create a powerful presence online. So whether that be for their startup business, whether it be for their personal brand, or really just people that are like love online presence, they just to how to kind of create it
and
make
elevate their
bigger.
own personal online. So basically, Cassandra will be guiding the readers through capturing the perfect shot and how easy it is to do it at home.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not very feasible for startup companies and new brands to go and hire a professional photographer to shoot all their content. Although it's ideal, it's not easily possible. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to teach people how they can get the high quality content for their Instagram and their Facebook and their website at home. And obviously, not everyone's a photographer. So I teach like the basics, how to gain your eye for it, all the way to editing, how to exporting for Instagram, all of that.
And keep in mind, you don't need a professional camera.
Yeah.
And a lot of what we do is directly from our iPhones. So we want to really help startups or influencers and entrepreneurs just elevate their experience online through taking photos on their iPhone.
Yeah.
And then the second half of it switches over to, you have those fantastic shots Cassandra taught you how to take and edit. And now how do you use that to market yourself online, and things you can do to optimize your engagement through your Instagram bio. I have a 7-day plan of exactly what you should post on your stories. And also, it's kind of motivational at the end of the day of saying, surround yourself with like-minded individuals who will help you get to where you want to be. And it might be tough at the beginning building out a community online, but connecting with those people goes a long way.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, we're an example, but especially in the wedding community, starting out as a business, networking is one of the biggest things and most important things you do.
Yes,
right? So
you have just said something so important, because so you know that I do a masterclass on starting your own business, and I interview beautiful women all over the world like yourselves. And then slowly I started interviewing influencers and celebrities, again, from all over the world. And, you know, I was approached by Claudia San Pedro, and she was like, look, there's this beauty brand, you know, and it's like MLN, which is multi-level networking. In fact, I actually mentioned it to Cassandra. And I was like, this is perfect, because it introduces you to a tribe of women, right? And all of us have different likes and different wants and different dislikes, and we're all different, right? It's what makes us unique. Like, there is no other Katarina in this world. There is no other Cassandra in this world. Like, you are unique. And this is what I try and tell all the women. So if you are meeting because of an American brand like such as Monet, so many different types of women, right? Latinas, Americans. I've got so many girls in the UK. We're now in Poland, Ireland, and we're literally in these group chats, and we all help each other, our businesses grow. We all promote each other's businesses. We're literally like girl power, girl code. We're like cheerleaders. And what you have just said is literally bang on the money. You're saying, hold on a second, you need to network. You need to get to know people if you want to be able to grow in your business and in your industry, and you get it.
Yeah, I think that was probably something I told Kat from the start. It might be very intimidating at first to go and approach brands and be like, hi, I'm new, but I'm confident and I know what I can provide and offer you.
Yes.
Right? So I think we talked about that. And it's all about taking that step and taking that leap, even though you were afraid. Like, it will totally pay off. And I mean, women support women. Like, we love to support each other. So I think if you come with that genuine, I want to learn and I want to work with you, I think everyone's going to respond very positively. Yeah.
Absolutely. So with the ebook, how have you broken it up? Like, I'm trying to understand it. Like, is it something that you can read in an hour? Is it something that I need you as coaches? Is it in sections? Have you got something you can show me?
So it is in sections, but I do offer coaching sessions for people one-on-one. But this ebook is a reference guide that people can always look back to in the future. And it's not something you just read it and then you don't look at it again. It's something you can go back to. There's tips and tricks and a lot of ideas that you may not think of on the spot of what kind of Instagram story you could post. And they showcase a lot of different ideas we have.
Yeah, so creating the ebook, we took about a month to really sit down because we live so close. We would meet for coffee almost every day and be like, let's think about who we want to sell to. Like, who do we want to read our ebook? And we pretty much just came to the agreement that people can hire us if they want to hire us and they don't need to do anything. But we want to teach people for those that want to learn and be able to do it themselves. So yeah, our ebooks, not really selling our services, but giving people an insight on how to do it themselves.
And especially during this time, in this global pandemic, we can't go across the world and shoot content for a company in Australia that wants us to be there. So we want to really help them, especially during this time, to elevate their social presence so that when the time comes and maybe their restaurants opened up full again, that they can really learn from what we showed them.
Yeah, like they're already one step ahead.
Right. And what I like about you two is that you're adapting. So you understand that at the moment, you know, the situation is what it is. We can't do anything about it. It has limited us. It has really caused a lot of fear in some people. But you've said, right, I know that I can't fly there and do the shoot or whatever have you, but what we can do is we can adapt, right? Because that is what being an entrepreneur is about. You know, you never know what's going to happen around the corner. I mean, so many things can happen. No one was ever going to think in a million years that we were going to have a pandemic, because it's just never happened before, right? But it has. And this is the truth. And this is what I say to all my women. I'm like, you just don't know what's going to happen. So you have to ensure that you're always dynamic, that you're always adaptable, that you're like, right, if I get 10 no's here, I'm going to get 1 yes here. If I get 5 yeses here and I get 1 no here, it's okay. Because this is what it's all about. You can't allow yourself to ever get into a rut of negativity, of thinking, oh no, today's a disaster. It's going to happen. We all have bad days. We all have, especially you girls, right? I want you to take this away with you, right? That you two are both beautiful and talented in your own right, okay? And don't ever allow greed or money or negativity to ever break the beautiful bond that has brought you two together and that you two have cemented. Because, you know, life can be tough and you know, you can get a lot of haters, and you can get, you know, people that will tell you you can't, and the only reason they're kind of saying that is because they can't, and that's okay. You know, you don't need to feed into that. Just understand that if you do get negativity, you're on the right path, because the more you hit your goal, the more people will try and pull you down. And I kind of always measure my success as to what's going on around me. I'm like, everyone's hating on me right now. Okay, gotta keep going. I'm on the right path. I'm gonna keep running. Yes, I can see the running and the finishing line. Like, don't ever turn to the right or to the left to see what others are doing, because you're gonna lose focus. So make sure that you two protect your friendship, you know, above everything, because it's so important. And us girls, you know, we can sometimes be like, rah! And it's like the time of the month or whatever have you. So just always make sure that you're strong and together, because remember, there's no I in team. So so anyway, I'm super proud of what you girls are doing. So what is the next phase then? So after the ebook, and I know you've got the 7 days as to, like, you know, how to set up like your social media and everything. What is next? What's in the future? What's in the horizon?
So I shoot all of Kat's content, and a lot of her TikTok followers were wondering what presets she uses, which is my presets.
How I edit my photos.
Yeah. And so we were thinking of selling presets, or giving a preset to her followers.
Good idea.
So that they're able to edit with like a touch of a button, and have a look that they like.
And we understand. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like, it's exactly what you girls did for me. I was like, I need posters, and you were like, it's okay, let me just send it all over to you.
Well, honestly, like, we're best friends and we're so open with each other, but we want to be that way with other brands too. So like, if they buy our ebook, if they have questions about that, or if they buy our presets and they're not sure, like, we are one email away, and we're always I think want to be one email away from our clients and customers, and we want to build like a friendship and a bond. So we want to help them as much as we can. But I think presets are the next project.
Absolutely. I think that would be amazing, because you always have to, you know, keep leveling up and understanding different creative paths that you can branch off your actual main tree, right?
And as the weeks progress with my own business, I see a lot of opportunities and a lot of ways that I can benefit my customers by partnering with Cassandra. So the more I work on my own business, the more we kind of collab together a lot. So say I'm doing a branding makeover for somebody's Instagram. Now I have a professional photographer to help me. So
headshots.
We help each other within our own businesses as well. So I think that's really good, and in the future there'll be a lot more of that as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with Katarina. Who have been your mentors? Like, how are you so business savvy? I'll get onto you as well, Cassandra, because you're both just on it.
So I studied sport management in university. It's a business degree specializing in sport. I loved sport my entire life, and I understood that as a woman, unfortunately, I don't have as many opportunities as men do. You know, I would grow up watching guys play soccer on TV when I just dreamed that it would be me. There would be more women. So my entire program was very male dominated. The industry was male dominated, and who mentored me was all of my female professors. And they taught me, you know what, you got to really put your head to what you want, and don't think about any, if there's inequalities, you know, like, you can do it, you're a woman, go for it. And I had to try extra hard to stand out in my program, and even speak up in front of the class. Like, the entire class lecture, I was the only girl. Of course I want to shy away, but my professors told me, like, hey, you know what, you got to be the one for the girls. So now the younger females in that program are coming to me for guidance. So I think that the people who've mentored me for sure, like women in the industry who just work hard and help younger females as well. So that's like what I love doing. So that's kind of my story of how, and Cassandra mentors me every day.
So Cassandra, tell me who's your mentors?
Oh my goodness, I actually have a lot. I'm very grateful for every single one of them. My whole family is entrepreneurs, really. Both of my parents.
Can Katarina come more into the video, because I'm losing half your head. You're like, hello.
Sorry.
Both of my parents are entrepreneurs, so I always grew up kind of just watching them work, run their own businesses, but it was just my normal, right? And then I also went to school and I studied film, and I specialized in cinematography, so visuals. And I also was the only female in my class, which was crazy. I mean, the cameras are heavy, so I guess girls shied away from it as well. But my mom was always pushing me to be like, you can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. And then I applied to Toronto's biggest wedding photography company. They're called Purple Tree Wedding Photography. I kind of applied for fun, just why not? And then they hired me, so that was pretty awesome. And I think to the day that they are still my biggest mentor, because they're the biggest in the industry. So I go to them if I have any questions about like really anything business related. And yeah, they inspire me, and I just learn from them.
We all knew you would get hired, though. It wasn't on a whim.
No, but I was like, I never shot weddings. I just applied because I loved their work and I wanted to be that. So,
Wow.
yeah, I guess
you went for it.
Yeah, I went for it, and then I trained with them for 2 years, and now I'm a full-time editor there as well. So
That is so amazing. Yeah. Just goes to show that I think, the healing ingredient, the success ingredient will always be love, right? The love for something.
Yeah.
The love for a new invention, the love for, I don't know, your spouse, the love for children, the love for animals, whatever it may be. It's a passion that we have. And you obviously admired, this team, and you were like, I love what they do. And what happened was that love opened up the doors for you to then go in and take a portion of that for yourself, which is so beautiful. So there are so many girls that I get that, because obviously I get so many stories that I publish, and all stories, they vary. But I do find that some girls really struggle, they can struggle with depression, and with like a challenging of their own minds, and getting out of that rut and really making things work, and just going for it and jumping and making something of yourself. What would be your advice as individuals?
You can go first.
About my
I'm actually, I think I have a long answer for this, so you can go first. You go first.
No, you go. No, you go.
I already know what she's gonna say.
Do you? Okay.
No, but I think that I get overwhelmed sometimes. Especially when I first started my business a few months ago, there's so many different things I didn't even think of that I really needed to do, and file invoices and all these different aspects. And I was getting overwhelmed and like stressed about it. But I saw a female-owned company that has gratitude journals, and I kept seeing like really nice reviews on it. You know what? Okay, I'm going to support a female-run business. I need to get this. So every day since then, every morning and night, I've been journaling, just saying what I'm grateful for and things that I'm stressed about. Then I look back and say, you know what? I didn't even need to be stressed that day because a week went by and I did it. So I think really like tuning into what made me stressed and realizing that, I can overcome it and work through that definitely helps me out. And I think that can help other people as well.
Yeah. That's nice.
I think that is absolutely stunning, because again, in one of my masterclasses, everything that I talk about, I created a self-made girl boss planner. And in there's affirmation logs, there's, gratitude logs. I mean, you can even do things like getting a jar and putting in, little bits of notes of like affirmations. So every day you pick one out, or when you're feeling low, or even for a loved one, when you write out memories and things like that. So I think what you have done is so powerful. It can literally shift your day into a direction.
I feel like it starts it off a lot better. And I used to feel like stressed before I went to bed because I couldn't think about like not thinking about work or just time to go to sleep. So I think that at the end of the night, writing it all down, how I feel and what I'm grateful for that day, lets my mind rest, and I wake up in like a really good mood the next day. I love it.
Beautiful. What about you, darling?
So for me, I know you were talking about people that have some challenges like depression or anxiety, and they're afraid to maybe take that next step. For me, my life challenge, everyone has one. I have cystic fibrosis, which is a chronic illness, and I often get sick. So for me, how I find I can manage my job and shooting like 12-hour weddings would be to focus on my self-care a lot. So just kind of like that, like always worrying about work. I've learned that if I'm only worrying about work, I am sacrificing my health, my family time, my self-care time, like my fitness and stuff like that. So for me, I think it's coming up with a balanced routine is what I find helps me put my best into everything I do, pretty much. So, yeah.
I really agree with you. I think, you know, anxiety can really come from not being organized and not really knowing the direction that you're going in, which then turns into procrastination, which then ends up you ending up not doing it, and then that brings more anxiety, and then all of a sudden you're in a rut, and then you feel worthless, and then it's depression, and then after depression it can just go on and on and on. When, you know, there are certain solutions to these answers which can be quite straightforward, and that is like, what is your day going to be tomorrow? Have you thought about it? Have you looked at your calendar and been like, right, from this time and this time I'm going to be eating lunch, and from this time and that time I'm just going to do a walk around the block for like 20 minutes, and then this time and this time I'm going to send emails. I'm just going to literally focus on sending emails, and on this time I'm going to spend half an hour with my mum, and this time I'm going to spend 1 hour with my friends. And it may sound like, why am I going to do that? That just sounds so long-winded. Why am I giving myself extra work? What you're actually doing is creating really healthy habits of structure, right? Because when you start developing the habit of structuring your day, then when it comes to the workload and the business, you know exactly how long you're going to fit everything in and how much duration you're going to spend. And all of a sudden, what happens at the end of the week is that anxiety you felt at the beginning of the week when you don't really know where you were going has turned into a feeling of such incredible, it's so rewarding. You're just like, wow, triumph. And so you can actually turn negativity and anxiety and nerves into fulfillment, into love, into passion, into great positive energy. And I think that women need to understand that more, that you yourself have the medicine to your problems. Mm-hmm. You have it. And that is fantastic. And I can't believe that. How old are you girls, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 23.
And I'm 21.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I love it. I remember when I was 21, I was a terror. So I mean, it's so amazing. So you didn't go to the same school, right?
We went to the same high school, but not post-secondary.
Okay, fine. And you said you live like not far from one another, and so okay. So if now someone wants to reach out to you and take on your services, what do they do? How do they do it? How do they find you?
So for me, they would go on my Instagram account, which is @onfleekcreative, and then the link in my bio, they can inquire straight from my website. So if anyone wants to just chat, they'll message me, DM me, and I answer any questions. Or if they want to do a quick phone call, I'll go on FaceTime like this with someone and give them whatever they need really quick. I don't want to make it hard for people to reach me or hard for people to ask a question. I'm always there. And a lot of my clients come from my TikTok account. So then it's easy for them. They just message me on there.
Amazing.
And then for me, usually I get most of my inquiries through my website. So yeah, and then sometimes on Instagram, but I usually forward them my email because I do all my inquiries and business stuff through my email.
Okay. Do you know what I was thinking? What's really good is that I remember when I used to work for a couple of real estate entrepreneurs, And they were getting on. They were like in their 60s, 70s. And one of the things that they struggled so much with was social media and technology, right? And there's a really big market there for you girls, that there are some big entrepreneurs out there that just haven't got a clue, because technology is just advancing so fast. Like this never, Instagram and Facebook and all of this, it didn't exist like 10-15 years ago. And especially in the last 5 years, it's just boomed. And now there's TikTok. I mean, how old is TikTok? That can't be that old. That's like,
it's new. Yeah, I just
yeah,
posting it in February.
Wow, 370,000 followers since February. That is just insane. Like, I can't even get over that. That is just such incredible growth. Like, wow. But yeah, so you've got such a market there. And I want everyone to know that will be listening on this, because this obviously is going to go on YouTube and on podcasts, which you can listen to on Spotify and iTunes. That if you do, want Cassandra or Katarina's services, then I will obviously put up all the links and everything, and they'll be able to contact you. Now, I'm coming up to my last question. It's a question that I ask everyone, and it's become a little bit of a thing. And that is, and I'm going to ask you separately. It might be the same answer, I don't know. If you had a magic wand and you could change one thing in the world, what would it be and why?
I think my thing would be, that's hard. For every female and male around the world to have confidence and never not believe in themselves. Like,
self-belief.
Self-belief, and not let what anyone else says deter you from your path and what's really passionate to you, or what you're really passionate about. I think that even for myself, years ago I thought in my head, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel. Like, I made one video and it went well, but I let that go. And now I'm like, I wish that I didn't, but I'm grateful I've continued to do something like that now. But sticking to what you really like from the moment you feel the urge to go for something, go for it, and continue to grow. And even if people don't support you, find those who do, and have the feeling inside that, what, I can keep going.
I love that.
I love that too.
Good answer.
I guess mine's kind of like, I think I would want to remove poverty, because I want everyone to be able to have resources to be able to meet who they want to meet. Like, if they want to go to school and meet the profs that could inspire them, I would want them to. And I mean, health is wealth, right? So I think when people are healthy and they're more, it's easier to just do what they want to do. So I would remove poverty, and I think that would make a huge difference. And
I think that is so true. And every time I listen to these answers, I'm like, I wish I really could have a magic wand, but I don't, because obviously we could do so much, in this world. But girls, I want to thank you so much for your time. It's been such an absolute pleasure getting to know you both. You're extremely charming, the pair of you, and very hardworking, extremely efficient ladies. And I can really see you both doing so well and going so very far. Remember to always love and respect one another, and to work as a team, and love will conquer all, I promise.
Thank you so much
for having us,
and all of your kind words. It's so inspiring for us young females to look up to, just scrolling on your feed and hearing all the nice things you have to say to other females really touches my heart. So thank you.
And honestly, I've watched your page for so long. I was telling her, I'm like, I watch all of your interviews because they're just so, like, after I watch them, I'm inspired and I want to go work, and I tell her about them, and it's just awesome what you do. So thank you for everything.
I'm so happy. I love hearing comments.
Yeah, look, we're on the other side of the world, and you inspire us, so we really want to thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, my darling. Thank you, my angels. Well, you have a lovely day. It looks very sunny out there. So
it's very hot.
I know. Enjoy. Keep doing what you're doing, and please stay in touch.
Amazing.
Thank you
We'll
so
chat
much.
soon.
We'll chat soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.